Good morning, sir. Good morning, my dear participants.
Yeah, good morning.
Uh, Good morning to all. Good morning to Dr. Murthy sir, Krishnamurthy sir. Sir is a CEO from CEO and GM for the projects from Nexi CSC Data Services Limited. Today we have a session. Today we have a session on education and entrepreneurship connectivity. Sir is currently working as a GM projects in Nexi CSC Data Services Limited. Before that, he was a CEO Innovation and Technology Foundation, IIT Bhilai, Chhattisgarh. Sir was working in the Ministry of Electronics and IT from MIT. Government of India for 35 years and took VRS as a Senior Director Scientist G and Group Coordinator R&D in IT and NKN. Sir was responsible for promotion of R&D in the area of IT, implementation of Visvesvaraya PhD Fellowship Scheme and National Knowledge Network and Digital India Infoway, Center for Development of Advanced Computing and National Institute of Electronics and Information Technology. Sir has headed for bringing out the national strategy in blockchain technology from the Ministry of Electronics and IT, which was released in December 2021. During July 2012 to February 2016, he was holding the charge of Executive Director, CDAC Noida Center on deputation from IT. As the head of the Noida Center of CDAC, he was responsible for the policy formulation and planning, design, development, implementation, and deployment of various R&D projects. Sir was awarded PhD degree from IIT Delhi. He is instrumental in the initiation of e-learning activities and contributed to the incorporation of Media Lab Asia. Currently, it is named as a Digital India Corporation. Sir has also served as Executive Director, National Institute of Electronics and IT. Sir was a member of Technical Committee and Project Approval Board of National Mission in Education through ICT MHRD. Sir served as a member of Board of Governors in Indira Gandhi Technological University for Women, Delhi, IITs at Allahabad, Gwalior, Kurnool, and Kanchipuram. Sir has also served as a guest faculty at IIT Roorkee and IIT Gwalior and IP University. Sir has awarded with 30 awards were been received by him from the Interlia Manthan Award 2012 and Rajasthan State E-Governance Award 2012 and Scotch Order of Merit 2013 and CSI Nihilient E-Governance in 2013 and Indian Merchants Chamber Award in 2013, Northeast Award for 2015 and eSafe T-Device and Development by CDAC Noida has been adjusted as the most innovation survey product of the year 2013, which also featured the 5th Government Secure IT 2014 award. Sir was Re-Engineering India Award in 2014 and Scotch Award of Excellence in 2014. Tamper Evident Recorder project was been awarded as the most innovative technology of the year 2015. The virtual classroom project for the conducting medical education classes at RIMS Impal and NERIMS Shillong has been awarded as the best projects of Northeast in 2016. Sir was been conferred with the prestigious Vasvik Industrial Research Award for the year 2020 in the information and communication technology. Thank you so much, sir, for accepting our invitation and being along with us for giving your most valuable insights into this education and entrepreneurship connectivity, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you,
Sir
madam.
Krishnamurthy.
Yeah. Good morning to all. Can you stop sharing so that I can
Yes,
share?
sir. Yes, sir. Your co-host, sir. Now you can
Yeah.
get you can connect your PPT, sir. Yes, sir. It is visible, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Good morning to all. I would be talking about the innovation and entrepreneurship development and how it is related to education and research basically. So innovation director research and innovation director entrepreneurship director education. So those are the new key issues in the modern education system. So people are aspiring to have this type of knowledge to be inbuilt into the students right at the age of the students when they are in the college itself. So how these can be implemented and how this can be discussed in various curricula that you are doing it, that we'll discuss today. And before that, I want to just talk about innovation and entrepreneurship development. And there is a lot of confusion in what is innovation, what is creativity, what is entrepreneurship. So I want to demystify this first before going into further. So creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurship. Most of the people are today, they use these words synonymously and then interchangingly for in various fora. So creativity and innovation and entrepreneurship all are more or less same. Just let me demystify what are these three words and what is the slight difference between these two and how one is linked to the other. So what is creativity? Creativity is the thinking new things. So creativity talks about only thinking about the new ideas. It is only an idea. So innovation is doing the new things. That means whatever the creative thinking that you are having, so convert into a practical approach and then bring out a product or a prototype, then it is called innovation. That means whatever the critical thinking, creative thinking that is there, putting into the practical purpose will be innovation. So creativity is the ability to develop the new ideas and to discover the various ways of looking at problems and opportunities. So that is in creativity. Innovation is the ability to apply creative solutions to those problems and opportunities in order to enhance people's lives or enrich the society. So innovation means apply those creative solutions in order to enhance the product capability or the way of life. So that is how the innovation is defined. So entrepreneurship is nothing but creativity plus innovation. That means the creative thinking and innovative solutions and putting it in use will give what is called entrepreneurship. So that means from creative to entrepreneurship, if you see that entrepreneurship is the result of disciplined systematic process of applying creative and innovative knowledge to the needs of the opportunities in the marketplace. That means the creative thinking and innovative solution put it into the marketplace gives entrepreneurship development. So researchers believe that entrepreneurs succeed by thinking and doing new things or old things in new ways. So that is where the researchers come into picture, that entrepreneurs, in order to make the entrepreneur successful, what you have to do, the research should be directed towards thinking the new things or doing the same things, new things, or the old things in a new ways. That means innovation in the process or innovation in the marketing or innovation in the project design or a new product thinking. All those things will come under the innovation and entrepreneurship. So new ideas are much more than just random disjointed tinkerings with new gadgets. That means just playing around a new gadget doesn't give any new ideas. But yes, it gives a platform for you to play with and discover or innovate new and more new ideas to come into picture. So entrepreneurs are those who marry their creative ideas with the purposeful action and structure of the business. So that is where the creativity thing comes first, and innovation and entrepreneurship. These are the three things which are linked. I hope I have demystified these three words for your understanding. If there are any questions, please raise within, at that time itself, so that I can answer it. No problem, I can be disturbed. So now let us try to understand each and every word very, very clearly. What is creativity? So there are 4 phases of creativity. So with their important activities. So one, the creativity is background knowledge or accumulation. Example, that you study as a curriculum. That is reading, professional conferences, talking, and visit to library. These are all gives the background or doing the preparatory work, that is knowledge accumulation. That means the course curriculum, that BTech or MTech degree that you do will also give that background knowledge for you. Then incubation process is just sleep on it or exercise or just think about it innovatively. This is where the out of box thinking comes into picture. So that means you need to think differently. That is what is incubation process. That means you, whatever the knowledge accumulated in the classroom can be discussed or think about the knowledge and how it can be applied in the society. So idea or a eureka experience, usually this phase slowly but surely formulates the solution. That means when you keep on applying your knowledge that is accumulated and then think differently, that is out of the box thinking, will provide you an eureka experience. That means suddenly a flash will come into your mind and you want to apply that new thing in order to gain a new, in order to get the new project or a new product idea or a new process. So evaluation and implementation. So example, prototypes, devices, or get some advice on the process. All those things will come into the creativity activity. Now, based on that, what is innovation? Innovation is introduce new goods. So based on the creative thinking and background knowledge, you wanted to introduce a new product or a new service. So introduce new methods of production. That is a process of production or a marketing. Open new market or open new source of supply or reorganize the industry. These are all the things which come under innovation. That means whatever the background knowledge you have accumulated through creativity, that is applied in various product design, marketing, or any other process that is to be used for deploying the product into the market. Okay, what are the types of innovation? Innovation described as the creation of a new product, service, or a process, as I mentioned earlier. Now, extension, the extension is nothing but expansion of a product or service or a process. That means, say for example, a product is being sold in the normal market. If you want to have an online market, that is what is called expansion of the products or a service or the process. Or a product, if it is there, if you want to expand its product features by adding some more thing. Say for example, Wi-Fi, you wanted to connect to the product so that the signals directly can be transmitted through the Wi-Fi. So some of these issues comes under the extension of the product. Or duplication, defined as replication as an already existing product, service, or a process. That means a product is already there, so you wanted to make it many products with a low cost material. So that is what is duplication or a replication. So synthesis, the combination of existing concepts and factors into a new formulation. So combining all these products and services into a particular formulation to do the marketing and the business, which is called, that is the innovation. Now, there are many myths in the innovation. Innovation, people think that it is planned and predictable. Normally, innovation never predicted. Had it been there, Einstein's theory of relativity would not have been discovered, or it would not have come into light, unless he thinks that that apple will fall from the tree and then he can sit in the tree, near the tree. So these are the things which will come spontaneously in a spur of a moment, that will come on a flash. So technical specifications should be thoroughly prepared in advance. This cannot be done in an innovation product because any product is evolving in nature. So a product which is in evolution in nature, you can't define a priori all the specifications of the product. So this is another myth that people will think that innovation, you need complete specification of the product. You can't. So as you go along, you need to find out the new methods or new things, workaround solution need to be brought into. So creativity relies on dreams and blue sky research. Just having a dream or having a blue sky research, blue sky idea will not come into creativity. So big projects will develop better innovations than smaller ones. And technology is the driving force for the innovation and success. Technology is not only the driving force, it is not necessarily the driving force. It is one of the enabler for innovation and success. Okay. Need for entrepreneurship. Why you require an entrepreneurship model? So computer technologies were first pioneered by IBM. Most of you are aware. So they have many patents in computer science technology with patent scientists and R&D to go to the market. So there are very, very big giant computer. Once upon a time, IBM, one of the giant industry in the computer technologies. But the mini computer market was created by entrepreneurs at Digital. So Digital was the company which came out with an idea of mini computer. Earlier, IBM computer, only mainframe computers, they were developing it. So the computer workstation at Sun Microsystems came out as from the innovation which is there from the mini computers market that was created by Digital. So IBM had the lead in technology, but they don't have an entrepreneurial mindset at that time. So that is what is the example of what is the need of an entrepreneurship. You need to come out with a new product. So since 1980, if you see that last 2-3 decades, USA has added more than 34 million jobs. And while Fortune 500 companies lost more than 5 million jobs. So about 600,000, 6 lakhs to 8 lakhs new businesses are started every year. That means new companies are coming. Once they are big giants in companies, they are no longer a company right now. It is completely demolished company. They don't have any footage in this world today. Like for example, Kodak. Kodak one day was a very good film, camera making industry, and all the cameras were once upon it was the number one in the camera industry. But today, Kodak is no more, nowhere. So entrepreneurship promotes the development of the country. So entrepreneurship has the potential to generate new industries. Think of new industries that did not exist a generation ago, such as personal computing. It was not there 40-50 years ago. PCs were not there before 50 years ago. The voicemail was not there. Cellular phones were not there. Fast oil changes were not there. Internet shopping, it was not there. Convenience of foods and superstores, digital entertainment, these are all not there earlier or a few decades ago. So example, Zomato and Ola, Uber, they're all very good companies now. Almost they are unicorns now, but $1 billion companies. But a few years ago, just 10 years ago, those were not existing. Even 5 years ago, Zomato was not there. So lack of innovation and creativity may even make some industries shut down, like Kodak, pagers. The pager industry earlier, which was there before cell phones came into picture. Many of you may not have seen that pagers. So new industries create new jobs, additional revenue for the government, small businesses and vendors get new opportunities. So economy develops with these things. So that is why entrepreneurship is very important in the new generation. Okay, so what is an entrepreneur? As per the Webster's dictionary describes, it is a person, an individual who organizes, manages, and assumes the risk of business. Because when you are releasing the new product, an innovative product, you need to take some risk, whether it will be successful or not. Like pager. Pager in early 2000 or 1999, the pages were very, very much popular, but it did not last long because the ease of operation was not there. Even though pager is a gadget you can carry around, unlike the normal landline phone, but it is very, very difficult, and then it is not safe to use those pages also, because the pages you have to dial a number and then from there you have to give your text so that it will go to the another page sender. So the moment you are revealing, the privacy will not be there. So some of these things have hindered, that is the hindrance for the pages to be successful in the market. So why is business changing? During the last 100 years, small, efficient, and manageable companies have become large, unmanageable bureaucratic organizations. So such organizations need to be scaled down so that you need to have a complete control on the businesses. Okay. Combine bureaucratic practices with global competition from countries where the labor costs were lower, or work ethics remained, and hungry entrepreneurship sensed opportunity. So that is why they wanted to have a small entrepreneurs have come into picture. Startups culture has come up. So industries were evolving and transforming at a puzzling pace. It took 38 years to reach 50 million listeners by radio. So it took in television only 13 years to reach 50 million viewers, but it took the internet 5 years to reach 50 million users. In the social media, it took only less than a year for the WhatsApp and social media, Facebook or Instagram to become popular and more than 50 million users. Now billions of users are there in these social media apps. So Steve Jobs, Apple Computer told Xerox in the late 70s and was introduced to graphical and user interface. GUI was the first introduced by Apple. Xerox did not recognize the potential of Jobs what he did. Today, most of the PCs, the Windows, the file folder symbol, all those things were created by Apple, by Steve Jobs in 1970. Operate with interface descending from this innovation. So that is what is innovation is required. So computer technologies were first pioneered by IBM with patents, scientists, and other things are there. As I mentioned earlier, the digital have come up with an idea of workstation, computer workstation. Sun Microsystems have come out with that. IBM could not do that, and hence it was laggard in the mini computers and PC market earlier. Now they are also equally important. So innovation does not only involve technology. It can represent unique distribution strategies like CS and Roebuck and Amazon.com, pricing strategies like Home Department, Charles Schwab, or convenience like McDonald's and Starbucks. So these are all the companies where they initially failed, but with the spur of idea and the innovative ideas, those creative ideas and innovative skills that they have deployed in their processes, they could be successful in this market. So think of a new industries that did not exist a generation ago. Personal computing, voicemail, cellular phones, fast oil changes, and internet shopping, convenience of food, stores, and digital entertainment. These are all not there earlier. Like, for example, your iPod was not there earlier. So since 1980, United States has added more than 34 million jobs, while Fortune 500 companies have lost more than 50 million jobs. So because of these changes in entrepreneurship development and the changes in the technology and revolutions, what is happening is most of the people are losing the jobs and some of the people are gaining the new jobs as well. So great business ideas are all around us. Opening your eyes to trends that will affect with the future of business involvement. How do we recognize these trends? Look at things around us that bug you. What do you do not have that you need? So what you need to do is, in order to get a creative idea, just keep on observing the environment and look at various things, and which is a painful exercise for you right now. So if you are doing a painful exercise, how to do it? Like, for example, a person who wants to switch off the fan or switch off the switch on the fan, he has to get up from the chair or the bed to reach the switchboard and switch on or switch off the fan. So because of that laziness or because of the importance of it, what he has created how to switch on, switch off remotely. So these are some of the things which will come. Like for example, Gillette was fed up with the shortening his straight edge razor. So the disposable razor industry was born. So similarly, the tea sachets, now most of you might be seeing the tea bags. These were discovered once. What happened was one of the tea market industry from the Darjeeling sent a good high quality tea powder packet in a small silk cloth to a friend in UK. So what he did was he wanted to make a tea out of it, but instead of opening that bag, silk bag, he put it in the boiling water, and then beautiful tea has come out of it. Then he thought this is the best idea of creating a tea bags rather than you need not filter and then straining all those things, boiling, straining, all those things can be avoided. So that is how tea bags have come in. So some of these creative ideas converted into innovative solutions, those will come into the market and then deploy into the scale. Surfers like in California were frustrated in the 70s with the weather and small waves. So sidewalk surfing was born during those. So an office secretary who took pride in her work invented whiteout. That means using a kitchen blender, she has used it to correct some of the mistakes on her typing pad. So artists paint over mistakes. Why couldn't typists? So this is how the typewriter correcting fluid has come into the market. Even the Linux, today Linux is nothing but some of the micros created for his purpose, for his own management of the code he has created, and hence he has created a complete operating system of Linux. So some of these innovations are coming just because of, for his convenience, he has done some innovative ideas, those were put into market, and then it has become a successful in the market. So what about the eBay? The overwhelming success of one segment creates opportunities for related aftermarket services and products. So PayPal, an online payment service, was just launched in October 1999. By July 2002, just within less than 3 years, the eBay purchased PayPal for $1.5 billion. So most of today's startups becoming unicorns, they will become billion dollar companies just within 2-3 years. Like for example, the Paytm, or maybe Zomato, or maybe Ola, Uber. So these are all the things which are coming into the market. These are what are called aggregators, aggregator platforms. They are creating a revolution in the industry, in the online industry, and they are minting money and becoming billion dollar companies. So the recent high volume real estate traders offer incredible opportunity. The demand for home inspectors, random mediators, floor finishers, and electrical contractors grows proportionately. Urban Club, just like that, came, that company. So management of consultants continue to be high in demand due to the change in technology and the trend towards outsourcing. So change management is a big process. So most of the consultants are in that change management. E-learning and training is growing since the COVID pandemic. We have seen that most of us adopted e-learning activities for various activities of our education, including the children at the class 1 or class 2 standards are also started learning online. So some of these classes were conducted, and which otherwise would have taken at least 20 years. That is the flip side, that is the advantage that we got through this COVID pandemic, even though there are a lot of other casualties in terms of economy and the lives of the citizens. But adoption of digital technology was the fastest ever during the pandemic, which otherwise would have taken at least 20 years more. So technology trends are nearly impossible to predict, but small businesses do not need to be trendsetters, but you can capitalize on following the trends. There is usually a piece of business for everyone. So how important are small businesses for the economy? Small firms, they produce 13 to 14 times more patents per employee than large patenting firms. These patents were twice as likely as large firms' patents to be among the 1% most cited. That means these are the companies, small companies, which are very agile and can adopt the new technologies, emerging technologies very fast when compared to the large companies, which are unmanageable companies. So our employees of 40% of high-tech workers, such as scientists and engineers and computer workers, which are there in most of these small companies. So how important small businesses? Represent 99.7% of all employer firms across the country, across the globe. Employ half of all the private sector employees, pay 45% of total private payroll, and have generated at least 60 to 80% of new jobs annually over the last decade. So produce 13 to 40 times of more patents. So our employees are 41% of high-tech workers. So that means the new workers are much more important. So that is why what Ratan Tata has told, no one can destroy iron, but its own rust can likewise, none can destroy a person but his own mindset. If you are having a mindset, creative thinking and innovative solutions, one can easily think about. Now, two key issues are there, which are more relevant for you in the context of this innovation and the research which are required and entrepreneurship. In the new education system, that these are the things which are buzzwords in most of the institutions across the country or across the globe, even universities abroad, Stanford and MIT are pressurizing on innovative directed research and entrepreneurship linked education. Let me take a few minutes on these two things. Innovation directed research first. With a due respect to most of the researchers who are publishing today, you might have seen that what they do is they, in their topic, say for example, somebody is interested in IoT. So in IoT power consumption, for example, or maybe AI in maybe learning new algorithms in AI, some of these areas. So they go through the research papers which are already published. So that means that research might have done at least 2 years ago. A research paper, after getting an idea for preparing the solution and writing the research paper, sending it to the reviewer, and then the publisher will give the comments and reviewing, re-reviewing of the paper, and then major changes are incorporated in the paper, and finally it gets published. That paper, some of the researchers like us will pick up that paper and go through that paper. That means the idea was already 2 years old, minimum. So that paper, if you are going through that and then study and try to understand, and after that, what we do is we just think about what are the changes that you can improve upon. That means a person has used a function in that for training algorithm in AI, for example. He has used some function F, for example. Then you will try to understand why he has used F. So then you will think, instead of F, if I use F1, what will happen? Yes, the moment you change the function, and the same parameters are, other parameters are the same, even the other parameters are the same, because the function has been changed, there may be some results which are changed. When compared to the previous person who has published the paper, the new results which are obtained, you correlate these two and draw some conclusions. And then you will get, so obviously, new ideas and new ways of thinking and new results will come out. These results are again published in the news, in the publication journals, or maybe in the reviewed conferences and various places. And that means instead of using the person who has used function F and you have used F1, you are getting new results. a new paper has been published. So that is how most of the papers are published. And most of the research papers today are unfortunately have become the stockholders in the libraries. Most of the libraries are journals which are stored in the library. And nowadays that is also not there. Most of the online journals which are there, in the online journals only which are there, which will be reviewed maybe once upon a time by another researcher like you. Otherwise, there won't be any use of such usage, such research. So what today's generation, today's researchers, most of the researchers are thinking is innovation directed research. What is, how it can be achieved? So there are two things for that. First of all, most of us will think about our ideas, and because we are comfortable in a particular area of the research, and we will stick to that only. So that is one of the mistake that most of us do. That means if I am comfortable in AI and machine learning, I will go through the papers of only machine learning and nothing else. I don't look at others papers. But if we look at other papers which are related to IoT or maybe financial management or nothing to do with technology and engineering at all, and some other research which are there, and if you compare these two, then things will improve and you will get new innovative ideas. Let me give an example. Our former our former president, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who is no more now, he was a great researcher. So once what he has done is he went to France to visit the Airbus company. So he visited Airbus company and then saw the material which is used in the inside interiors of the aircraft. That means the compartments, the separations, or the overhead bins, all those things, material which he has just saw it. And after 15-20 days, he came to a hospital in Jaipur, where the orthopedic hospital, where this Jaipur foot is being managed. I think most of you are aware of the Jaipur foot. So where for orthopedic, physically disabled persons, so this Jaipur foot is used in order to make them fit. So one of the good example of in the movie also it has come, Nache Mayuri, I suppose. So who met an accident, after that she could not dance, and then the Jaipur foot was fitted with it, and she could, with her will, she could even continue the dance after using that foot. Most of you might have seen that. So that Jaipur fort, he has visited that place, and while visiting, he is discussing with the doctors and other manufacturers of the Jaipur foot people, and they said that the foot, the material that they got for manufacturing of that limb, artificial limb, so it is a little bit very overweight, heavy weight, and that is why its usage has becoming very less. So then immediately he said that, why don't you try the material that is being used for airlines, aircraft interiors, that the bins and other this overhead bins in the aircraft, that material, if you use it, or the window panel that is there, windows blinds. So if you can use that material, which is very lightweight, that is why it is being used in the aircraft. So immediately they have tried to experiment that and do, and that Jaipur board became very famous even after that. So these are the examples. That is the example that we require. That means here nobody can assume or predict that the material which is used for the designing of interiors in the aircraft can be useful for creating an artificial limb. So there is no relation between these two. If you are reading any of the literature of the material of the aircraft is completely different, and material which is used for artificial limbs is entirely different. No researchers, common researchers can think of such an innovative idea of collaborating with the aircraft engineers and they get the material for this purpose. So that is what is called innovative directed research. That means what you need to do is just completely close your eyes and then completely shut your mind of whatever doing your research in this current idea, whether it is AI or IoT or devices or cybersecurity or electrical devices or VLSI design and any other thing. Just for few days, start your thing and then entirely discover the new world and discuss with mechanical engineer people or chemical engineering people or electrical engineering people and what they are doing their research, and then come back and then think some of those rules which are there can be applicable in your thesis as well, in your research as well. And this is where you can get a completely new ideas and innovative ideas of research. So that is what people need to think. Then second thing which I wanted to talk about is most of us try to design an algorithm, new algorithm or new method or a new product without knowing what its usage in the public or in the society. So what you need to do is, before coming into zeroing down the research work or designing a product, what you have to do is, where are the pain points where most of the people are suffering? That means a person who is man on the street is suffering. A common man who is suffering, in what are the pain points that he is having in various activities, pick up that activity. Definitely your research will be useful for you. So this is how I was taught when I was a student of research. So I was taught, so can you tell your grandmother what is the research is used for? What are you doing? If you are able to explain to her, obviously you can explain to yourself and you can come out with a new research ideas. So that is what is called innovative directed research. I hope most of you can got it. Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, okay. So that is what is the research need to be think of. And another thing is, no research algorithm of a single person will be useful for designing a product. A product consisting of multiple research ideas in multiple. Say, for example, the material, the design, and the electrical works, and then power conducting, and then the wireless and other devices that are required, different components which are there for designing a product. So your research may be useful for small part of it. What about the remaining thing? So that we need to think about it. So that is why there is a need for collaborative research. That means a person who is working in a particular area of algorithm, for example, he can work with a person who is working in embedded system, or he can work with a person who is working in power systems management, and combining all of these will come to a complete product. So that is where innovative directed research is very, very important. Now, let me come to the second point, which is entrepreneurship linked education. So why this entrepreneurship and the business and market, all those things to be taught at a college level, that to a technology person in MTech or BTech? Well, today most of the students who are coming out of the college, most of the people will be aspiring for a new job in a multinational company or any other companies. So nowadays, most of the government jobs are not there. So, and hence they end up with an industry research or an industry, working in an industry which is working for it. So a person who is working, that means a person who is studying BTech and MTech degree, after completing of 4 years of degree or 6 years of with the master's degree of 2 years, he has to again search for a job in various places. So instead of making a job seeker, can he be a job provider as well the moment he come out of the college? So that is where the entrepreneurship in education will help him. That means motivating the student right from the day one of the college, entry into the college, trying to help him how the knowledge that is learning in the college, acquired in the college, can be useful and put it into the market. So what are the products that he can generate into the market, and then he can become a job provider to various other students rather than he himself becoming another job seeker. So that is where entrepreneurship is more important. And Rightly so, maybe you have a question that why can't it be after completion of the graduation or after the completion of the college days? Then once a person come out of the college, most of the students will be withered away. So they will be doing, somebody will be joining some job, somebody will be joining some other, and somebody will be looking for a job, somebody will be preparing for the prelims or IAS or other government jobs or bank exams or so many other things that they will try to do it, or some people go abroad. So all the people in a holistic manner with a similar type of mentality people will come exactly during the college days, and most of the people will be having the similar mindset and homogeneous levels of understanding will be there at the college level. So that is why most of the people are trying to inculcate this entrepreneurship skills development or innovation and creativity and innovation solutions skill development at the college level itself, so that once they come out of it, either they can get for a job, even in the job also they can employ these skills, new skills that he has acquired during the college apart from the bookish knowledge. So that practical experience can be gained, that can be used directly, and from the day one they can become productivity even in the job that they are doing. So that is the major importance of this entrepreneurship development education in the schooling in the college or the school level and the college level. So with that, I'll conclude my talk. If there are any questions, I'm grateful to answer. Thank you very much. Over to you, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your wonderful session, sir. Any queries from the participants? Please, you can unmute or post in the chat window. Any queries? Sir, it was really a wonderful session, giving a lot of insights or a thought-provoking type where everyday life needs as an example, as you have given, sir. It was a really wonderful talk in the entrepreneur angle, and I hope all the participants got an idea about how we can go with the entrepreneur angle while doing the education itself by the students. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your
Thank you.
valuable session.
Thank you very much for giving me this
Sir,
opportunity.
yes, thank you, sir. I request Himbindu madam. Himbindu madam. Okay, sir. May not be connected. Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful session. Thank you.
Himbindu madam is there online.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, she is. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Right, sir. Thank you, sir. I request all the participants to get connected at 11 o'clock for the next session. Thank you, all of you. Thank you to all the participants. Get connected by 11 o'clock. Means by 10:50, all of you get connected.